how to leverage myEcon to make an extra $1,000 a month, or even have some $1,000 a day if you stick around to the end and learn what my favorite way is to leverage the education inside of myEcon. That way you can use this membership to hit your financial goals faster. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Let's get straight to it. So myEcon is the personal financial success company. It was designed to help individuals better their personal finances. So everything inside of the membership included is do-it-yourself type modules, educations, things that you can use in order to make yourself more financially literate, number one, but also tools that you can incorporate in your day-to-day lifestyle that positions you to keep more of your money. It's all about myEcon understanding that cash flow is of the highest importance when it comes to a person hitting their financial goals. So every tool is designed to put more cash flow back into your pocket. So really it's a cash flow success company because that's how they measure the success of the members, by how much cash flow they've been able to generate. Now, this is what I want you to make note of, because a lot of times people join myEcon, they want to better their finances, they join for the credit, and they join because they know that this is a good membership, so they want to share it with others, aka recruiting or bringing on new members. But what if I told you that there were other ways that you can generate an extra $1,000 a month, or even have some $1,000 days by leveraging and gaining the confidence necessary to use this vehicle to use it and create even other streams of revenue outside of just myEcon, as we've been able to do. So that's what this video is about, using this as a vehicle to help you gain an understanding, some literacy in the area of finances, as well as some confidence that you may need to know, oh, this is something I like to do. I can take this route. I can use it this way. And now you make it yours. That way, no matter what business you're in or interested in or passion you have, this can complement that passion. But specifically, I want to show you how to make extra $1,000 a month or some $1,000 days leveraging the financial space that myEcon exists in. So this is the home screen, basically the business management center. This is what you'll see upon logging in. After you've logged in, you should see all of the options that you have available. Now, myEcon does have several products. I'm not going to get into every product, but simply put, you got the My Credit system. You can upgrade and have Zingo Travel, which is discount travel. Defender Plus, which protects your identity. Tax preparation, so tax season, instead of you doing taxes, you can have taxes done on your behalf by referring people to the tax preparation platform. Or if you want to learn how to do taxes yourself, then you can get the confidence inside of myEcon to understand how taxes work overall. And maybe you want to start doing taxes for others. That's a whole nother angle. Cash flow manager, correcting W-4 strategy, put more money back into your pocket, debt elimination, minimizing taxes. Cash flow strategist we'll touch on. And then it has investment education, etc. Now, here's where I want to get started, because a lot of times people want to get in myEcon and come up with a better budget, a better way of allotting and giving their money instructions. Well, the fact that myEcon gives you tools, gives you software, also positions you so that if you want to help other people manage their finances, you can. Well, what do I mean? myEcon has a tool known as the Cash Flow Manager. The Cash Flow Manager consists of a couple of different things. Number one, if you want to help someone in budgeting and setting their own financial goals and debt elimination plan, you can use the Cash Flow Manager. There are tools that show you how to use the Cash Flow Manager, so I'm not going to go into that. I just want to let you know that this Cash Flow Manager allows you to set debt elimination goals to where you can know down to the exact month a person can be debt free if they follow that specific plan. The beauty in this Cash Flow Manager is that you can have multiple different accounts set up, meaning that as you see this list on my screen, you can have several accounts for individuals. So say, someone they didn't want to go through this process of going through their budget and coming up with a debt elimination plan for themselves. You can do that for them and put your own fee to it. Even if you just came up with a plan and say, hey, I'm mapping out debt elimination plans. You'll know exactly at the end what you can do to snowball your debt and know the exact date that you'll be done paying off your debt, and you charge whatever that amount is. Say you charged $100 to do that. Say you charged a monthly amount that made them pay you on a monthly basis, so that way they're able to ask you questions throughout the process. Then what if there was extra $100 a month that you charged, and now you got $1,200 a month? That's for one client. And then say you had 10 clients, now you got $1,000 a month that came from just you leveraging the tool of the cash flow manager that allows you to have multiple different cash flow managers set up. So it can be per individual. You can do it however you like. I'm just painting a picture of how this tool can be leveraged. Even though you're in myEcon to better your own finances, you having access to these tools, gaining confidence in using these tools, gave you confidence to know that you can help someone else. And the teacher just has to be one chapter ahead of the student. So you being in myEcon, a lot of times you may take that lightly, but you don't realize that you know so much more than so many other people who also have financial goals. And sometimes they just don't want to do it themselves because it a lot of times brings anxiety just going through the numbers for themselves. They'll rather pay somebody else to do it. And then if you're using myEcon appropriately, you can understand how to teach them to increase their cash flow so that it pays for itself. And if they're in business outside of myEcon or in myEcon, then it makes everything they're spending in that process tax deductible. So just a new way for you to look at myEcon. People have literally used this tool, the cash flow manager, and became financial planners for people by helping them budget, helping them get a game plan on how they're going to eliminate debt. And then they charge that person however they choose, whatever their price points are. And now they're making money leveraging the myEcon tool. So keep this in mind. This could be a way for you to make an extra $1,000 a month if you like the idea of creating game plans and budgets for people. Not for everybody, but it could be for you. Now, the other way that you can use the cash flow manager is by using the cash flow manager itself. So the other tool where you're coming up with a debt elimination plan or some type of budgeting plan for them, that's the cash flow strategist. So it's a strategy on how they can hit their financial goals. The cash flow manager is actually a mobile app, and you can do the same thing. And again, there are videos that show how to use these tools. So I'm not going to go through how to use the tools. That's up for you to leverage and understand how to do it by using your myEcon membership. But I just want to let you know it exists and give you a new mindset of how to view it, because you may be sleeping on something that you can use to start generating income today. Now, this tool right here is great for a person who says, you know what, I want to make an extra stream of income by helping people with their bookkeeping or record keeping. There are big companies that all they focus on is bookkeeping, and they make millions and millions and millions of dollars, but all they're doing is just keeping records, tracking receipts. This tool can allow you to do that and have multiple different clients if you so choose. If you look at these buttons, it says enter new income, view and edit income, enter expense, view and edit expense, capture a receipt, GPS tracking miles, unassigned receipts, log mileage, preferences, and more. So the tools that will be very instrumental for an individual, especially if they need help with bookkeeping and they're an entrepreneur and they don't necessarily want to do these things, you having them to submit their income to you, on a weekly basis, just as an example. Now you're entering in their total weekly income. Okay. What expenses did they have throughout the week? Now they're sharing with you their statements, their receipts, their transactions, and you're able to log this in for them. Now, bookkeeping can be tedious, so you want to make sure your prices reflect it. So this may be something someone is willing to pay you $1,000 for per month, and depending on the income and the magnitude of their expenses and things of that nature. Could be, $100 a month, $500 a month. I wouldn't say anything less than $100 a month, but depending on how many expenses they have, it could be very tedious to the point where they would rather pay somebody $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month to do this for them, knowing that it's going to also be tax deductible. That's $12,000 in tax deductions that they'll get by paying you to do it. It's worth it to them if it offsets their income and it keeps their records clean. Because all you're doing is just keeping the records. You're not saying you're a tax expert. You're just tracking everything. Then on the back end, you let the tax expert decide what's, tax deductible, what is keepable versus what is not. You're just doing the bookkeeping. Bookkeeping and tax strategy is two separate different things. And in many cases, it's two different people that's doing them, unless it's somebody who understands both. And if that's you, great. If not, bookkeeping is just you tracking this information. Then when it comes to their mileage, they will be responsible for having their own log. And then they just say, hey, I drove this many miles this week. Boom. You track it in there, you log the mileage, and now it's just updated on a week by week basis. That way you're doing something and it's being saved, and the math is already calculating itself because it's a software. It already has the built-in calculation, so you're not having to sit there and add up everything and use your calculator. No, you're just entering in the number. The numbers add up, and at the end of the year or at the end of the month, you can print them off what they are looking like on a month-by-month basis. And now they're like, ooh, my bookkeeping is done on a monthly basis. And now you've created another stream of income leveraging the myEcon tool that allows you to have multiple clients. Very important. Now, this is something that is being done as well. Keep that in mind. I'm not sharing with you anything that has not been being done for years in myEcon. This is not my favorite method, which I'll show you my favorite method on how you can go about having some $1,000 days. But this is something that some people may love. You got to understand, you may love certain things that other people dread doing. So it's certain people who love the aspect of bookkeeping, records, very analytical, charts, spreadsheets, things of that nature. Some people love that. And if that's you, then you can create another avenue of stream of income using the myEcon tools to your advantage. And now you're able to help them solve a problem. They pay you for it. And now your myEcon membership pays you in that way. In addition to, if you recruit people into joining myEcon because they want to get access to these tools for themselves, better their own finances, better their credit, the options are, endless to a degree. It's just a matter of having the right perspective on how to go about doing it in a way that best benefits you and increases your revenue. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people join myEcon because they want access to the My Credit system. Well, the My Credit system has been updated. So it's a new system that includes several different things that helps a person better their credit. Now, I will say this. In this new My Credit system, it is quite a bit of reading. Nothing against that because it's very thorough. It's very educational. It gives a person a thorough understanding of how the credit game works step by step. But sometimes when people see a lot of videos, a lot of tutorials, a lot of reading, it makes them not want to do it themselves, which means that they may want to hire someone else to do it for them. And that's where I can teach you how you can position yourself to have some $1,000 days, because now you can become a solution in that area. However, the My Credit system is a very good tool to allow people to do it themselves. As you can see from this drop down, the My Credit system, that's where the educational hub is. It has the training, the video tutorials, all of the documentations, and the things for people to read, downloads, etc. Then you have the dispute letter generator. The dispute letter generator is what generates the letter. I'm not going to click on mine because when you click on it, it has personal information on there, but it allows whoever has this account to dispute their own items on their credit report after using my credit system and learning how to dispute, why to dispute, what to do, and what letters to use. The dispute letter generator builds in those letters, so you're not having to necessarily worry about where to get the letters from. You're using the dispute letter generator. You click, you choose what letter you're going to use, and then boom, you have your information added. And it teaches you how to go about mailing the letter certified, etc. So the dispute letter generator is there as well. One of the things that they added that is very helpful for a person who is going through the dispute process on their profile is the credit dispute letter tracker. At one point, it was just about a person keeping good records on hand, like writing it in their notebook, filing it in their file cabinet, putting it in their calendar, knowing what day they sent out the letter, what day the creditor or the credit bureau may have received the letter. They had to do that all themselves. Well, the credit dispute letter tracker allows them to track and manage credit dispute communication with reporting agency. Right here it says 0 disputes, 0 pending, because nothing has been submitted. But once you start doing it, you can add the disputes that you submitted, put dates along with it, and know what day they received it, know what items got removed or updated, verified, whatever. You can start using this as just a tracker so that your record keeping is all in-house, all on system, versus you having to come up with your own tracking system. So this tool can be key if a person is doing it themselves. Again, this is if you're doing it yourself. So if you have not gone through the new My Credit system, this can be something that can benefit you greatly, and someone else that you may be connected to who wants to better their credit. Now they can get access to myEcon, the My Credit system, have their own dispute letter generator, have their own dispute tracker, and access to so many other tools that can help them increase their cash flow, bring more money in, and everything that myEcon stands on. But they have the My Credit system as well to better their credit. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about that I said can position you to not only leverage myEcon and the tools that come along with it, but position you to have some $1,000 days and make money for those, or make money because there are people who do not want to fix their credit themselves. And it doesn't matter what you say, how good you market it. You can say it's the easiest thing ever. They don't want to do it themselves. They don't have the time. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the energy to do it. They don't have the patience to go through the process. They much rather somebody do it for them. It's a market for that. And that market can pay you significantly if you just show up as somebody who has a solution to their problems. So what I want to position you to be able to do, if this is something of interest to you, is get access to a separate community that was launched because of myEcon. So I didn't start restoring credit for people without the confidence and the education that came from myEcon. So this is what I mean. You leverage myEcon as an educational hub, as a tool to build yourself to a place of saying, oh, I can do this as well. Because we were leveraging myEcon and the principles and had 800 credit scores in our 20s. That fast forwarded into us helping people better their credit, but we were just educating them, plugging them into the system. We would do some free workshops, free master classes, 5-day credit challenges. We did these things as we were educating them. We realized these people don't want to do it themselves. Some of them are just gaining the information and not doing anything at all. And then many people started to ask us, hey, do you do it for people? Will you do it for people? And then later, we finally said, yes, we will do it for people. So that opened up the avenue for us to generate income and have many, many, many $1,000 days because of this. So I invite you to join this community here, which is, I have it listed as the creditbusinessuniversity.com. That's how you can access it. I have the link available down there. And depending on when you watch this, you can get in for little to nothing. And it is a paid community, but depending on when you watch it, so click the link ASAP. It is time sensitive because the price will continue to go up. Because if I can teach people how to have $1,000 days, how much is that worth? If I can teach you a skill and skills stacked on top of skills to create $1,000 days, this can easily be a $10,000 course. Because if you pay $10,000 and I show you how I've been able to have multiple $1,000 days, then it's worth well more than 10,000 because you'll make more than that, even if it took you a year to do it. Now you got the skill, you can do it more often and pay yourself back going forward for many, many, many days, weeks, months to come. So, but you don't have to worry about paying nowhere near that amount. I just want to stress the importance of value, because sometimes people see price and they say, I can't do that. Well, what's the value you're getting out of it? What's the transformation that comes from it? Don't look at the price. Look at the value that comes from it. So if something costs $1,000, but it can make you $10,000, is it worth it? Absolutely. If something costs $10,000, but it can make you $100,000, is it worth it? Absolutely. Look at the multiple. Even if something costs $1,000 and it can make you $2,000, it's worth it. But I just want you to understand, to disassociate looking for price and looking for the cheapest versus the value that can come along with it. Now, here's just an overview of what's inside this membership and how it can position you to make money. For one, if you invite others to this membership, you can get your own customized link to invite people to this community right here, and you get 50% of the proceeds, 50% of the commission, basically. So I'm matching you. I would earn the same thing that you would earn. It's not that I earn more or you earn more. No, 50-50. If you brought in somebody and they paid a certain amount, 50% of the commission goes to you. And this is, across the board. So that's one stream of income of referring people to me who may want their credit or may want to learn the game of credit and potentially make money in the game of credit. So that's one way of making money. Also, it's showing people how they can launch their own credit business and start making money. And that's where you come in, and that's where the $1,000 days come in. So, brief overview, I have a start here section. In this start here section, it talks about how a FCRA violation basically could qualify many of you for $1,000 to $2,500. You might have a violation on your report right now, and just by entering in this group, you can submit your information and I connect you to my legal team. My legal team will take care of you and see if you have a case that qualifies you for up to $2,500. And this is a way that a person can get compensated. It doesn't cost you anything additional out of pocket. This is just something I do on the front end because there's so many people who possibly have some type of violation on their report. And I want people to get what's rightfully theirs if they have that. So that's just a short area. You go in there, it tells you exactly what you do to submit your information. Boom, you're good to go. Then I have a boost your credit section. This boost your credit section teaches things that are inside of myEcon. Teaches them things that helps them better their credit, plus some other things that can benefit them as well based on things that we've experienced or been exposed to. So it's loaded with different things that can help a person better their credit. I'll go over it briefly. It says the importance of this section. That's something, worth watching so you can understand the depth of it. The formula for incredible credit. This is not in myEcon, but this lets you know what you should make your profile look like if you want an 800 plus credit score. That's in there. How to get approved for almost anything. That ties directly into the formula for incredible credit. Then we got the 5-day credit challenge. I told you we were doing challenges and things of that nature. Got the part 1 all the way through 5. The 24-hour inquiry removal guide. This is separate from myEcon as well, but this is a tool that's included that shows a person how they can get their inquiries removed in as little as 24 hours. It's thorough, laid out, and you can use that and have that at your disposal as well. How to get your job to pay off your credit cards. I have a 1, 2, and a 3 videos that's showing you how to get your job to pay off your credit cards. And this is something that myEcon taught in the form of income shifting, but this video is here and available to you as well. Now that you have the foundation of how to boost your credit, or whoever you may have referred to this area has the foundation of how to boost their credit, now let's get into the make money section. Turn your credit knowledge into cash. In this section, we show you how to help others fix their credit and you getting paid in the process. Now, this is where I said this can position you to have $1,000 days. So I got a section that says make money with me. So talk about different ways that you can make money with me outside of what I've already shared with you in this video. Launch your credit business. So you have a trial period to where if you're ready to launch your own credit business and help others better their credit, then I have tools that can position you to look like you've been in business since day one. And now that you have an understanding how credit works, you can be earning as you learn and also learning the game of how to get yourself out there so people know that you have a solution to their problem. I have an area where I show you how to set up your client portal for success, client credit analysis and onboarding, using the tool that is allowing you to have your own credit repair or restoration business. Very important. How to get your client first dispute letter. It's a typo right there, but basically client first dispute letter. So how to get that done. How to get set up to collect payments. Very important. Sometimes people wonder how to collect payments if you're not familiar with that space. I show you one of my favorite ways to collect. You're welcome to use whatever you feel, but that's in there. Make $1,000 in a day. Sales with this sales script. This sales script is powerful. I've had many $1,000 days using a certain flow, a certain sales script, and going through it in a way that people are like, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready to pay $1,000 for your credit restoration services. So this is powerful, and you get access to it, depending on when you're watching this, for very little. That video right there alone, and then it's levels to it because it's more that I'll be able to unpack as you get down the process of the training. You'll have more qualified questions that allow me to give you more. But that video alone, when studied and followed, is worth. Wouldn't even know how to price it. I've paid a decent amount of money in order to learn that sales flow. So that video alone is high value. I'll just say that. You put a price tag on it, once you use it to your advantage. Make 1,000 to 1K or more with FCRA violations. So this is a way I showed you in the beginning how basically people may have FCRA violations that can qualify them for up to $2,500. Well, I want you to be able to get access to making money if other people that you may know have violations on their report. And I basically share some of my commission with you that comes from the legal team applying pressure and getting payments from the credit bureaus having violations on their report. So this is another profit sharing opportunity. Then the brief difference between the FCRA and the FDCPA, I know you can't see it, and then investing yourself tax-free. If you want to take your skill set to the next level, then it's another opportunity for you to do that. But if you follow this along, this positions you to have those $1,000 days. And this is all inside of this community. And then, like I told you, it's a next level to it, to where it's a VIP upgrade. And I'll be adding more things in here in this community as well. But this is all while leveraging the knowledge that you can gain from myEcon, the skill sets, the confidence that you can gain from myEcon, but also partnering with me to make money inside of this community. So I wanted to show you all those things. Hopefully this kind of expanded your mind of knowing that you have more than just a membership in myEcon. You have the ability to leverage myEcon and the tools within it. So that way you can create additional streams of income based on what your capabilities are, your knowledge base, your interests are. It just depends on what you're willing to do. Somebody may look at the budgeting and say, oh, I can budget for people, or I can do bookkeeping for people. And they might light up and love that because that's something they wouldn't mind doing. Some people went to school for accounting and not even using an accounting degree and got the skill sets and like, you know what, I can tap into that. And they may prefer that. While others may say, nah, I'd rather get plugged into this community and figure out how I can have some 1K days by helping people better their credit, because I'm already on my credit journey. I've already bettered my own credit. What better way than for me to help someone else better their credit by learning from Mr. Smith? And they may prefer that. To each his own. This is no pressure, no force. I just want to let you know that myEcon opens up other doors for you to create other streams of income to help you hit your goals. And in this day and age, one thing that's always trending is making money. People want to make more money. And if you have the ability to help them do that by plugging them into the things that I've shared with you, or help them better their finances and better their credit so they can get access to more money, then why not? And this gives you the ability to do just that. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you have a new perspective, and hopefully I see you on the inside. So click the available link down below so you can get access to this Credit Business University today and take advantage of everything that's in here. Taking one step at a time, one day at a time, but make sure you're taking action and putting one foot in front of the other, so that way you look back and you realize you came much further than where you started. And do not wait for a certain date, because sometimes people are like, the next year gonna be my year, the next year gonna be, no, the next minute need to be your minute. Because if you wait into these future dates, you don't know what's going to be going on during that time frame that's going to make you push it off again and then push it off again. There's no other perfect time than the present. That's all I got in this lesson. I hope to see you on the inside. Take advantage, take heed, take action. Mr. Smith, signing out. Salute.